Actually, it wasn't like that. The prophets, all the prophets and those people, they get freedom first, then they organize. Yeah, then they organize the people. But we think, just think about it, we got to organize the people and make them do that or help them to do that. Where a boss man is not going to allow you, he know that this is the rule. Everybody you think I'm going to sit here and let you raise up a group of people and them people going to bring me down? Absolutely not. What does that do? As these systems begin to crumble, we look better in the eyes of the people because we've been telling them how it's going to happen. And we ain't wasted no energy. Okay, we do a few things, but we're not going to work ourselves. Allah going to fix boss man. If we go over to care for a few times and pass out a few things, it's a training exercise. We tell them leave the Black Lives Matter out of there. Do you know when we went to care? You know, the first time we went to care, talking about Black Lives Matter, it was a whole building full of white folks coming out. And we couldn't go in. You talking about Jim Crow? That's Carecrow. Or scare. I remember that video, man. No, all the white folks coming out, and we can't go in. Remember that? That's insanity. We didn't get mad. We just said, well, you look at that. And the last time we came, it was about 6 carloads of Suburbans. All of them. Usually they play like they don't see you. That's one kind of. This time, and it was just, so we just, okay, we got that covered. The demonstrations we did down there, don't mean nothing to us except an examination. We want to see. First, let's just go down and take a look. We go down and take a look. Then the police cut us off. It's on the thing, right? That's on there. When the sheriff, the police cut us off, you think you want to let them white people come? We wouldn't let them. I said, well, it's pretty nice police. So the next day, we come with just what he was saying that they don't want to happen. Oh, you're just the nicest white folks. Oh, I just falling all down. But at the same time, we're not like, oh, we got to get them so they'll rise up. Oh, man, this Black Lives Matter stuff do they have a plan? No, they have a plan. They don't have one. And we're not going to give them no plan. We're just going to tell them the history and everything. And then when they move all the police over here and they're going to start their physical stuff, so we just announce it like a fighter announces it. Okay, here they go. Let me give you a blow. That's what we're doing, right? And we're not mad at nobody, and we're not tired. We're not using up no energy. We're just having a good time and going down and mixing with the people. But we're not going crazy. Man, these people is the police. The police is the police. These people is the police, and they the police too, which is correct. Right? Because here go our homeboy, the big old white boy. Yeah, I said, there you go, something like that, right? So they get embarrassed. Tell the truth. To me, it seemed like we was making so much fun of them, they was embarrassed to follow that script that they already had laid out. That's what it seemed like. If somebody else saw something different, we could mix it up and just discuss it. But anyway, then the Latino guy, he come over on the bicycle after we came and talked a little bit about America stole Mexico. Mexico, California was not. I said, California wasn't Mexico. I didn't say, where the hell are you from? But the white folks know California, San Jose, San Francisco. I said, and then somebody must have sent him a little message. He got back on his bike and kind of cruised off because he'd already blew it. He was going to make me look like a fool, and he just, it's fun. Then the day right over there when the lawnmower come by making all that noise and the police come by, Assalamu alaikum, right? Yeah, okay. Okay, you got to remember, we're managing our own store. We are managing our own store. They may come and steal everything out of there, drop itching powder in there. Don't make us no difference because we're not, look, you have to look at, we have our own strategies, and our strategies should be different than what they expect. Different. They expect us to stay up all night worrying about building an army. No, build no army. We should build an army. Because we turn that over to Allah. Allah gonna take care of you. Allah took care of Musa alayhi salam, took care of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, took care of Job, took care of everybody. Hooked everybody up, right? They didn't do nothing. Yeah, well, I'm gonna go down and rock the boat a little bit, talk trash, and run old Pharaoh off. Right? It would be ridiculous. Okay, let me speed up. The point I'm making about all of us, about what they're doing, we're an announcer, like they have as a name, Mundir. Mundir is like a warner. Yeah, that's what we're doing. We have the scriptures, we have everything, so we're Mundirs. We're warning everybody about what it is. So far, we've been right. If we were right 9 or 10 times in a row, it would make no difference. Just as we're human, we should be wrong sometime, right? You don't want to be right all the time because then you start looking too good, right? Well, for us, it would be no big deal. But other people, imagine they're right all the time. It's going to start working on their brain. When they start getting arrogant, then their magic goes away. Something like that. I don't know. Anyway. So, Black Lives Matter. We just went down there and had a good time. All the people here and there and around, my goodness, it's just so many. So this is what our policy is to turn everything over to Allah. But since Allah gave us a limited free will, we'll try to hook a few things up, but we don't try to add the cocktail like we're not saying we're going to put a little bit of this in there, a little bit of that. We just say, and when we get a little signal from somewhere, the environment, we say, okay, that's enough of that. And we'll put a little of this in there. That's what we have been doing for decades now. That's what we've been doing for decades. And the people that are against us, you have to call them the cruelest people that ever existed almost. Because they're sending dog whistles, what white folks call, and all other kind of signs and symbols based on Nazism. Remember, who's the closest acting people today and in the past? Zionists and Nazis. They're exactly the same. How the Jews were treated by the Germans, right? The Zionists are treating the Palestinians word for word, exactly collective punishment. You scare one German, we're gonna kill all of you. We're gonna kill 200-300 of y'all, or maybe 1,000. right? How many ever we want. Can you imagine how disciplined the people got to be that they build a house? Now, we do a little work every now and then, but building stuff takes work. Like that little basketball court out there, it don't look like much. But I had to mix concrete. Now, I don't know if y'all ever did. Has anybody ever mixed concrete by hand? Hey, man, you got to be a monster. That makes you a gorilla just to do it. By hand. You're doing everything by hand, and you smoothing it out by yourself, so it may be a little ridgy, but you still got a court. You still got a court. Okay. Afghanistan, Iran, Syria, Yemen, on and on. Fundraise. Yes, we'll fundraise. We'll mention something about fundraising tomorrow. Nothing's working for Boss Man. It don't seem like nothing is working for him. But everything that we're doing, it seems like it's working. Everything we're doing and everything that we have said, won't be no Arab Spring. That was 10 years ago. Well, it'll be in 2 months from now. You know, that was 2011. Yep. But this is the time when it was all happening. Right now, 10 years ago. Can you see that 10 years don't mean nothing to us? 10 years, people, their whole lives change or improve. We don't count the time like that. No, sir. Okay, so we'll move a little bit. Courage and the spirit of resistance. Work produces a good feeling. Work does put a good, not the finished product, but just to work for Islam is a good feeling. Neutralize, sanction in our hands. Sanctions in our hands, removing them in their hands. Oh yeah, that's something the Rahbar is saying. That he was saying that they was talking about the Rahbar had been hiding and he done got sick and he about to die. You know, that's what they were saying, because they hadn't saw him in a little while. So he just come out and he was, the Rahbar says what we say 95% of the time. He says what we say. Okay. And he was saying that we're not going to be jumping up and down. We're glad the old man is gone, but we're not going to, just lose our cool. So he moved toward neutralizing the situation. Oh yeah, this is what it is. Sanctions is in our hands. Removing them is in their hands. So we can deal with sanctions. That's within our ability, our hands. Removing them is in their hands. He's saying they ought to remove the sanctions and everything. But we can't make them do it, and we're not going to ask them too many times. Okay. Iran and how we treated Iran. We treated Iran fine. When we started talking about the Islamic Republic, over 10, 12 years ago, we knew then that it was not the top echelon people that was doing. This was something that a clique of people are doing. And eventually, with Allah's help, they'll learn that that cliquism is not going to work. You got to have unity of the nation. Okay. I am not sorry about any of my decisions, especially Iran and the Negro. Why? spaces of the world. Okay, we talked about our contact with people. Rashid Ghanouchi was head of, we had programs with him in London. We've had all kind of programs with Allama Zakzaki. By doing what we're doing, we gave all what we had to what we was doing. But in the process, we got to meet and talk to and discuss and re-meet over and over again all the future leaders, right, of all the big stuff that's going on in the world. We right on the spot, you see. So, and all of our people, Hezbollah is in pocket, leadership in Iran is in pocket, and the leaders that are not happy with the way things are going are not on our team anyway. Right? So it's been a blessing all the time. And we've been against Saudi Arabia. That's great. We got the whole good show. No Arab Spring, Know what you are doing and why. Okay. Various points of attack we'll talk about later. Steps to resistance. What to resist? Yeah. Are there any questions or any comments about anything that we have said so far? Connection. Yeah. Right.
So I thought that was interesting because it fits that it could, you're going to be a country that's going to vote no against against the historical understanding of what Nazism is. That definitely doesn't look good.
The other thing is people don't expect us Negroes to make those connections, and nobody else have hit those points. I mean, that easy. When I was just looking on the thing, I remember, of course, we see old Don, but I looked on it, it said Covita, so I just, Covita. And the woman is singing a song, and the history, see, living in South America, looking at the uniforms, I said, man, them look like the old German uniforms, that hat that goes like that, and the puffy pants down here, and small down here. I said, man, all them guys, they look, that looks like a Nazi uniform. And then little stuff. I don't know if I mentioned, but I think I have. I'm in Bolivia. The first night I get to Bolivia, the club I'm at, there's an Italian. They lost World War II. There's a German, and then there's Japanese. Now, I think they were all agents because they was pretending like they was going to fight each other. And it was the Italian that knew martial arts. I said, man, by then I was kind of aware of what was going on. I said, I'm not going to chew that up. I know who these people are, but I'm a Negro, so let's act like one. Keep it in mind. So I watched the process, and then the next couple of days I'm leaving La Paz, and I go all over the country. Before I go,